last meeting, it was very briefly brought up about childhood pornography. And I really feel that that is a subject that needs to be addressed more. After I left here, I had two other instances where it came up and I was like, okay, somebody wants me to read something about this. So I started doing some research and I got a book on neuroplasticity of a child's brain. And it was, the more I read, the more distressed I got because you can't stop what you're not aware of. And I was not aware of the intensity and how prevalent it really is. I had no idea. And the more I read, the more, of course, the more shocked I came. But, we're all kind of familiar with the ACEs, the adverse childhood experiences. And pornography is like ACEs on uber steroids. Showing a child pornography, it changes their whole brain structure, and it shows up on MRIs. It shows up in their prefrontal cortex. It shows up in the amygdala and the lack of neurological connections. And it's very difficult to reverse this. Some of the ACEs, with therapy, they can back it off, and this goes for adults also. I mean, it is horrible. And so I just felt like because the children's brains are not developed, they don't develop fully until they're in the mid-20s, some later. But I sometimes, when I see some of these things, I'm wondering, some of the terms seem a little not specific enough for me. Identify the different types of families, that's awesome. I think it needs to be done. But in kindergarten, how far is that going to go? Where's the line? Where do we stop? Who decides what's age appropriate? How does that work?
What are you talking about?
That plus the books. When Cindy Rose came and read some of the things that are available for the kids to read now, that made me uncomfortable. And then when I found this and I went online and started looking through some of the pages and what was actually in the books themselves, I'm just concerned that there's such a fine line and such a slippery slope.
I feel like you're talking about two different things.
It kind of is two different things. I'm shifting because it's like, where do we?
That children are like in the schools?
There are some books that are in the schools that are really not appropriate.
I don't think this is the forum for
I don't
this.
think so. No, it's not. And I think like when we are talking
So
about,
then what are we talking about?
so
I thought this is what we were supposed to do to.
well,
look
it
at
sounds like you're
career.
starting to equate gender identity and things with sexuality, and those are different categories.
No.
She did say future. You did say for future.
For future agenda.
agendas,
I think
right?
we
Yes.
but
Yeah, that's what she's saying.
because I do think we have talked about educating parents on dangers of explicit material and things their kids might be seeing online and on like apps and things like that.
Yes.
I think we can absolutely put that on the.
Can I just, and then, I mean, following that piece, it seemed like you were connecting to different types of families.
No. I just not that. Just some topics. I just feel maybe the children are too young. If they were my kids, I have 3. If I had, like, say I had 3 of my kids at kindergarten all at the same time, one I would have said, fine, I can handle that. The third one, no, and the middle one, maybe not now, but maybe later. I feel like, this is why I think that it's important, like you said, for the parents to come in on individually, look at this stuff. You know your kids, let them decide to opt in or opt out because, I knew my kids, and I think that's just an excellent point to bring that up. But the other point for the pornography piece was about, also, you talked about instruction for parents and how does that get presented and who does that?
Well, I mean, we've had someone from the state's attorney's office present that before, but again, it's like individual schools have to do those invitations, and then you're opening up, and parents who want to come, and that's really all you can do in that situation. Any other things for future agenda items that people want to add?
Jamie?
Yes.
Just a quick, you can just give us the email for further comment. I see some of the members of the audience raising their hands, so you have an email? for them?
Public comment is closed, so we can't take your comments right now, but we will open up, we'll let you have the email address so you can submit.
No, I'm good.
Yes.
But
You can submit that through the email address. If you have a question, you can submit that through the email address.
How do we know what his question was and what your answer to his question was?
We've closed public comment.
How do we know what his question was and what your answer to his question was?
I don't receive the questions.
I would like
So
to
you
make
want-
a suggestion like that.
Public
Public
pages are
comment.
closed.
Public comment is closed.
Well, we should have.
Madam Chair, I move that we adjourn.
I second. All right, this meeting is adjourned.